All right, everyone. Happy Sunday. Today is a great day. We have a special guest on the line, and I'm super duper excited to bring her up. But first, for those that don't know who I am, and we have some new business partners on the line, my name is Tara Wilson out of Atlanta, Georgia. I started this business 8.5 years ago. And when I tell you I was going through my family dynamics was changing. I became a single mother. I had a demanding corporate job where I was time broke, but I started working this business on the part-time basis. And let me tell you, Planet Marketing put me in position where my corporate job let me go, right? I want that to register for you in terms of the conversation that we're having today. I started working this business on the part-time basis. By working my business on the part-time basis, it put me in position when corporate America, that six figure, that great bonus that I had, let me go, I was still able to survive. And now I'm making well over $8,333 a month residually. So at this time, what I want to do is bring up my sister in success, director Abdullah, out of the Nashville area. And let me tell you a little bit about her. She's a mom of four. She's a Navy veteran. She has a medical background as a family nurse practitioner. She's been an RN well over 14 years. And guess what, guys? She started a luxury luggage line. This business helped her fund that. So she truly believes in making multiple streams of income. She is a one-star director in this opportunity, like I stated before, which means that she's leaving a legacy, created a legacy for her children. She increased her income by $12,000 annually, well on her way to two-star director. And without further ado, Director Abdullah, are you here on the line?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me loud and clear?
I can hear you loud and clear. And let me just say, congratulations to you on producing a one-star Director Silver. Like, how does that
Yeah.
feel? How does that feel?
I feel like it's like birthing a baby. It's really like birthing a baby. Like I probably was more excited for her than for me, if that makes sense. Because I'm like, oh my God, like I really helped somebody else do what I did. So I guess I'm doing it right. Like
You're definitely doing it right. And I said a little bit about you, right? But really, let everyone know exactly who you are and why you actually started your business. And then let's go from there in terms of those trenches of getting you to where you are today in this opportunity.
so everyone may think I just came in and started running. All right. I started this business 2018 to get married. I was not trying to be a business owner. I did not want to be an entrepreneur. That was not in my head because I'm a nurse. I'm a nurse practitioner. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be a nurse forever. I'm gonna do this till I die. That's how I thought. All right. So I did my wedding. No, actually, I asked Tisha to do my wedding. And she was like, I can do your wedding or I could just teach you how to do it and you get some money back from something you about to do anyway. And I was like, girl, I don't know what that means, but just sign me up because I need my wedding. I do not want to be out of thousands of dollars. So she said, come home to some money. I was like, well, people come home in debt, that money. So I did a cruise destination wedding with Carnival, had a great time. It was amazing, beautiful. And I came home to a $2,000 check. And I was like, wait, I'm never leaving. Okay. I don't know what I'm never leaving. And then y'all know COVID happened. 2020, I was pregnant. COVID happened and I was just like in distraught. I was in distraught with the world. Okay. I still have my travel business. I was still paying the $39.95. I did not have Planet Marketing. Had no clue about Planet Marketing, to be honest. No clue. Because like Tisha would tell you all the time, like she brought me in wrong because that's how she was brought in. So she wasn't doing it the right way. So she always apologized. But I said I probably wasn't even ready anyway. So it happened how it was supposed to happen. But COVID happened. I had my baby 2020, and then I went to work COVID 2021. I worked 5 months out of that whole year and touched the most money I've ever touched in my life. And I was like, wait a minute, y'all been cheating us because how are we getting all this money right now to save the world and we get chump change at home? So after I did that, it was amazing. Of course, I traveled the world. I worked in California, I did Illinois. But once I came home and just sat down and thought about, okay, what's my next move? I tried going back to work as a nurse practitioner, y'all. I went to work probably 2 months and I said, nope, I can't do it. It just wasn't in me anymore. I don't know. It was like, you know how you just like, how can I touch this amount of money again without somebody else having to control how much money I get and when I get it? So that's how I was thinking in my mind. So I was like, okay, well, what can I do? My husband was like, you have a business. I said, what business? Like, what you talking about? He said, you got a travel business. I was like, okay, but I really don't want to book travel. Like, I hated booking travel, to be honest. Like, I hated it. And I was like, I don't want to book travel, but okay, whatever. But Tisha, she was making money. I think she was probably 4-star at the time. So I'm thinking it's the travel the whole time. And I went to one of her events. She had like a 5-year reunion, for like a 5-year anniversary party. Went there, all these women, they're talking about a lot of money. And I'm just like, wait a minute, I don't have this business what y'all talking about, because what do you mean? Like, how you wait, so we're not talking about travel? Like, that's how I was. So I'm just like, so I'm sitting here just talking to everybody, and she was like, yeah. I said, well, wait, well, how do I get started on this side? She said, it's only $20. I said, I know you, excuse my language, I know you lying. Because what? $20, and y'all talking about thousands and millions of dollars over here for $20. Sign me up. What the other? Send me the link. That's how I was. Just go ahead and send it. Whatever I got to do. So after that weekend, I just dived right in because I was like, I want to touch some more of that money, that COVID money. Like, I was living my best life, and I want to live my best life like that forever. Like, forever. I got a little taste. I was just sitting. I was buying all kind of stuff. I was sitting at home, deck, patio furniture, trampolines, just stupid stuff. Just why? Just why? So I was like, I got to figure out another way to get this income flowing like forever. Like, I want this forever. I want this lifestyle forever. So I just dive right in. I was like, whatever I have to do, I just know me. I'm gonna do. If I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. So nobody can tell me, like, if I'm gonna figure it out every time. I would never say, oh, I'm gonna give up. I can't do this. I'm gonna find a way. If they say follow the blueprint, if they say show up, if they say stay plugged in, that sounds pretty easy to me. That's easy. So I was like, I did the work, and then I got my friend started Silver, and I was like, come on, let's go make this money. We tired. We don't want to work no more. Okay, sis, we can be friends in real life. Let's go get this money. And then she was like, all right, bet. Like, like she thought she was gonna do travel, but I already knew I wasn't finna let her do that. So I was like, whatever. I got it in on the travel, but then I pulled it in with the money.
Right. You know, and that's beautiful. You said something key there. You started with travel, and then what you saw how powerful that $20, the 1995, the
Hmm.
money that's being made, that people are making on the weekly basis, the monthly basis, right? And then the light bulb went off, right?
Hmm.
And then you've created a one-star director. You have now created another family has now created generational wealth, right? Bringing
Hmm.
in 8 additional streams of income into their household, right?
Hmm.
So with the pandemic, going through life, right? And you're right. We made more money. I was a part of that bandwagon, right? I was
Hmm.
like, wait a minute, hold on. The country is shut down.
Yes.
It's shut down, and the checks are rolling in this way.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
gonna say direct deposit because I do the direct. Like, I'm like, wait, hold on, wait, what is going on here? And
Hmm.
even for me, I was just like you from the standpoint of I started with travel, right? My first booking. I made $987 and some change. I thought I was doing something, and then I was booking travel, ambassador in training. I have not gotten that ambassador red jacket because I'm like, I'm gonna concentrate over on this side with the blue
Hmm.
jacket in the rings, right?
Hmm.
So for those on the line, new business partners, and I would love to have Silver come up too as a one-star director because I would love for them to hear your voice in terms of what does it mean for you, your journey, what inspired you, what was that trust factor that you saw in Director Abdullah in terms of saying, you know what, sis, I know we friends. I'm going to trust you. I don't even know what we're doing right now, but I trust you. So I'm gonna bring you up in just a second. So, Director Abdullah, so in terms of what would you say to the new business partners, or even some of the business partners that haven't launched their business, that are
Mhm.
focusing in on travel? You gave a tidbit of it, understanding that they're leaving money on the table, but what nuggets can you give them to understand what they have at their fingertips for a $200 investment, that value of the $200?
What what I would just say, be open minded and just plug in. I promise y'all. Yeah, I promise you, you're gonna be like, wait a minute. Like, because the light bulb will go off. Like, if you're not in the room, if you're just like online, if you're not in the room and actually talking to the people and hearing everybody's story, then you probably won't grasp it online. You have to get in the room. So if you have a meeting in your area, if you have a travel party, if you have any of that going on, the closest one, we drove all the way to Atlanta and come back. We do that all the time. It's 4 hours. So make $1 million, you think I'll drive 4 hours. I'll drive 8 hours a day. Okay. Like, you have to sacrifice some of that time. I know we're comfortable right now. Millionaires are not comfortable. Okay. They are comfortable. They're comfortable being uncomfortable, if that makes sense. And I had to really, really realize that, like, okay, like, girl, you got to get uncomfortable. And then now I'm very uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable all the time. So you just have to step out on faith. What do you have to lose? It's $200. You didn't pay 5,000, 100,000. $200 can change your life, can change other people's lives. So I would just say, be open minded, plug in, get into the room with the people.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. And we are going to have open dialogue, everyone. So get your questions ready, and we'll transition over to Q&A in just a moment. Director Silver, if you can just come off of mute, tell us who you are, tell us about yourself, give us your background, and tell us what this business has actually done for you.
Hello, everyone. I'll try to remember everything she just said, but I am one star director, Silver Murray, and sorry, I'm in Starbucks, so hopefully you guys don't hear the music. But I am in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm a wife, I'm a mom of a toddler. I was working for Blue Cross Blue Shield for the last 7 years, and y'all was burnt out. I was working remotely, and I hated my job. And I just knew I had to do something else. I felt like I had did everything society told me to do. I had went to college, I had 3 degrees, but I was not making the 6 figures that my career had promised me. And I was like, this is not it. I had been with my job for 7 years and I had not been promoted. I had not moved up in the ladder. And I was like, this can't be life. So when my friend Arlesha, we actually are old college buddies. We were very close with TSU and we just lost touch. She got married, I got married. So when she reached out to me, y'all, and told me she had this travel business she wanted me to take a look at, I was like, girl, let's go to lunch. Come tell me about it. Y'all, after she told me the information, the rest is history. I was like, girl, sign me up, whatever I got to do, because she has no idea I have been actually praying for something like this. I did not know what it was, but I was praying to God to help me, put me in the right direction of something that was going to better my life, because I was just stagnant. I was unhappy, but to the outside person, it probably looked like I had it together. I was married. I had a beautiful family. I had a decent job, but I was miserable. And so I was praying for something like this. So when she reached out to me, it was a no-brainer. It was like, absolutely. I trusted her. I felt like she wouldn't steer me in the wrong way. And so I was open and I was coachable. And here we are. So that's it for me. Yes, ma'am. And what else did you ask me? I'm sorry. Oh, you're on mute.
You know how it's custom to us doing the mute and the whole camera
Yeah,
thing, right?
yeah.
So you said a couple of things there, right?
Mhm.
From Arlesha to you, both of you one-star directors, right? And I want that to
Mhm.
sink in just for a second. Arlesha, Director Abdullah brought in Director Silver, right? They're both one-star directors. So which means there's no caps, there's no quotas. You could easily surpass the person that brought you into this organization, right? I have a gazillion directors that have surpassed me in my organization. Nina Vital is about to hit. She's at 250,000. She's about to hit 500,000, right? You got the Janice McRae's, you got the Petro Daniels, the list goes on and on. So I want that to be key in terms of what we're talking about today, because it's your story, it's your life, you made the decision. And so by making the decision, understand truly how strong your why is to get you to where you want to be. It's competition, yes. Competition with self in terms of how do you want to change your life and what you want to do with your family. It's competition within Planet Marketing. Why? Because we have that synergy in that space where we're rooting for each other and who's going to get there first, right? So, Silver, you said something about being coachable, right? Talk about coachable. And I know that you're in Starbucks, and thank you for joining us at this time. And I'll switch it back over to Arlesha in a second. But talk about coachable because that's key. As friends, you're friends first, right? Then you became business partners, right? So you all have like that sisterhood from that trust factor from TSU. So now you're in a business together, right? And so, sometimes with family or friends, you do business together, things don't tend to work out because one wants to be the alpha, da 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 da, right? But within this opportunity, something key that you said, you thanked her for this allowing you to better your life, right? But then you talked about being coachable. Can you talk about what that looks like in terms of that friendship, partnership, being coachable to get you to have that legacy for your family?
Absolutely. I think I had to realize one day, Silver, you're too broke to not be coachable. And I had to realize I've got to listen to what Arlesha has to say, what Coach Teacher has to say, any of my leaders, I had to feel like I had to realize I had to listen to what they were saying because look at where they are, where they are. Look at what they're doing. And I was like, I want to get there. So I felt like I needed to be open to whatever, they were coaching me on. So after that, I was like, listen, I'm gonna be coachable because I also saw results. That's another thing that also helped me continue to be coachable was I was seeing results as I was following their lead, as I was plugging in. I love that Arlesha does not let me trauma bond. Even though we're friends, we might trauma bond for 10 minutes. She's like, you got 10 minutes, sis. Okay, what you gonna do about it? And I love that. Trust me, I tell her all the time, like, I get upset when she's like, well, you get out your feelings. I'm like, well, I want to be in my feelings, but then I think about it. You know what? I can't not be in my feelings because I got to get out of my feelings to get in my money zone. So I love that about her that she lets me trauma bond for about 5 seconds and then we back to what we're gonna do about it. How we gonna move forward. And that's how I've been able to really move forward because I have a friend like that that really does not let me, she's not gonna let me fail. And I'm not gonna let myself fail by not being coachable. So that's what helps me is really listening to her and knowing that she has my best interest at heart and she does not want to see me fail. So that definitely has helped me.
I love that. I love that. So, Arlesha, she said a lot there. And I'm going to take it up a notch, right? Because you're direct to Letitia Campbell, beast mode out of Cashville, Nashville, right? That's
Yes.
attached to Natalie Graham, right? So I already know what that coaching looks like, right? That coaching is coaching because once we get once we give our buy-in that we want to be where you are, that coaching is not, I'm a yellow and blue person, right? So I'm the one that's like, oh, kumbaya, da 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 da, right? Oh, it's okay. Let me give you a hug. But what Silver said was, no, we're gonna have this 15 seconds and then we overdone with it. Okay, but how we gonna get to this money, right? So what does that look like from the standpoint of you getting the coaching that you get from the beast mode of Planet Marketing? Because I know it's not the kumbaya, you know what I'm saying? And I want the reason why I'm going there is because as Mr. Moore keeps telling us on our director's call, he has to constantly apologize to us from the standpoint, I'm gonna go out there and do it. but he understands that there are certain things that he's missed in the bunch of him coaching us, because he says, you know what, I failed in the way of not pushing those that I see the worth in what's within, right? So
Mhm.
can you just talk about that a little bit for me?
I would say so, Coach Tisha. Ooh, but we get raunchy over there. Okay, get raunchy, get nasty, get blood, sweat, and tears. Like for real, for real. Like we have those uncomfortable conversations, guys. Like don't be afraid to have those uncomfortable conversations. We have them all the time, and then we move on. You have an issue. We won't even gonna say a problem. We have an issue. We're gonna demolish that issue right now. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna let everybody communicate. And then after that, it's over. Don't bring it up tomorrow. It's like it's over. Like when you have an issue and we have something going, it's over. So you have to be coachable and basically out your feelings. Like getting your I can't tell this lady, call this lady and be like, well, my son's sick and I gotta I that's an insult. I'm not calling her and telling her that. Or why you didn't make it because like no, I'm not finna no. I'll be there. Like you don't I don't have to tell her what's going on in my life for me to be coachable, for me to show up. So I feel like sometimes it's a little unfair that people do that to your coaches, because it's like, okay, you telling me this, but I can't really help you with that. Like this is business. So you have to keep that business and that personal, because me and Tisha know each other in real life before the business. So actually, her cousin was one of my best friends. So we definitely knew each other, but now I know her on a whole different level, and I give her that respect, because hey, you already did all of this, so I'm definitely going to be coachable. Why would I not be coachable? And you've already been through those steps, so I know you're going to tell me how exactly to get to those steps and the mistakes that you made and the mistakes that I don't have to make because you already made, and I'm listening and I'm being coachable. Like, hey, look for this, and this. It should be right on every time. Some things that I don't even think that it's coachable. It'll come up, especially once I hit 1 star. It was like a whole different level. It was immediate. I said, "Oh my God, what is happening?" And she was like, "Yeah, you in the next step of leadership." And I'm just like, "So what? Wait, what? What?" Like I was chilling as a goal builder. I was chilling. So it was like certain expectations. It was certain it was just different stuff that just started coming left that I would never think to even notice. And she'll say, "Hey, look out for this, and this." People will really try to end you. Like you have to be careful. And so look, she give me all the nasty grind, because I'm in here like it's just peaches and cream. Like everyone is nice, and it's just no,
No, no, it's not. But you
no.
know, but what she was saying to you was, once you hit directorship, it's the weight on your shoulders, because now you have 100 plus people in your
Mm-hmm.
organization that you are helping, that you want to see win. So it's like we have to switch
Mm-hmm.
gears from goal builder to a director, right? And so
Yeah.
there's more levels to it becomes more levels to leadership at that point. So any other nuggets that you want to give, or what we can do is we can open it up for Q&A, and then we could switch back. So do we have any questions from anyone on the line? Anything that you may be struggling with, that you need help with, whatever that is, come off and mute, and let's have dialogue, because the the objective here is to truly to be able to help each and every one of you that's on the line today. And I want to say thank you all for just showing up for your success. Some of you all get the link at the last minute, but you're here, so I
Mm-hmm.
give you all kudos. But let's have dialogue, because we're going into convention. Some of you unfortunately may not be able to come to convention this year. I'm gonna put this plug out there. Every year at convention they release the ticket sales, where the ticket sales for convention is like the early bird special. So we know that convention is coming up. Start saving your ducks in a row for convention for 2025. So do we have
Mm-hmm.
any questions in the queue? Raise your hand. All right, Mr. Deontay out of Cashville, Nashville. Come on off of mute.
So, I personally don't have a question, but I do want to thank Arlesha and I do want to thank Silver, for helping me. I'm over here high and I'm ready, and like I'm just ready. I'm ready. I'm excited. Yes.
That's amazing. And so I want y'all to catch something. You see, Deontay is sitting there with Silver, right? They sideline business partners over there networking and getting stuff done. That's how beautiful this business is, right? Is that we're truly here to help each and every one of you. I said, Tasha, no, Tasha and I, we were having a conversation. Deontay says, "Oh, I got a fireball. I got a fireball." And when he said Abdullah, I was like, "Oh, say let's go, let's run it." And I love the fact that they took the lead to say, Coach, we got someone that we want to talk to the team. That's how this works.
Mm-hmm.
Arlesha doesn't get a penny off of me. I don't get a penny off of her. Silver doesn't get a penny off of Deontay sitting there at Starbucks. That's the beautiful part about this business, is that we leverage our relationships. So thank you, Deontay. Latanya, you have your hand raised.
Yes. Hey, y'all, and thank y'all for hopping on to pour into us. But I
Hello.
just, so I wanted to ask, I know I haven't reached all of my warm market, but sometimes I feel like I have. So when you start hitting your cold market, how long would you suggest to like build a relationship before you dive right into, wanting them to partner with you?
Cold market takes a little time. I would say I could sign up a cold market in probably 2-3 days, really. Because I like when I'm talking to you, I'm talking to you like a real person. I'm gonna ask, what do you do? Do you have kids? Where you from? Like I'm asking like in-depth information, like what are you trying to do? Like what are your goals? Are you trying to come in and travel, or are you trying to get some extra money in because you're trying to buy a house or something? So I kind of get into, I don't just go off and throw information, if that makes sense. In the beginning, I did.
Yeah.
I did. So I get to know them first, and I'm like, okay, well, let's do a meet and greet on the phone, so you actually hear my voice and know that I'm a real person. And they'll be like, okay, cool. And so I get them on the phone. We talk, we chat, and I find something that I can relate to. So if you got kids, and I'll be like, oh, yes, I got kids too. How old are your kids? They say we got toddlers. I got toddlers too. So then we're going to have a toddler conversation. It's going to be funny. We're going to talk about our toddlers. So I'll be relatable. And then I'm like, well, okay, girl, I know you say you're interested in the business. I'm going to get you on this call tonight, so you can get all the information. Sometimes I break down a little bit of it, but I don't go into full detail because sometimes it's overwhelming, especially to a person that don't really know about multi-level marketing. So I just have a conversation with, I get them offline quick. Hey, can you get on the phone real quick? 10-15 minutes. And then you start building that relationship then. And then I also invite them to IMV because it's open. So I'm like, we have like a little motivational in the morning. It just kind of depends on the conversation, because a lot of people I get, they're like, I'm just trying to better my life. I want something different. So when you start talking like that to me, I'm like, oh, I got something for you. We do motivation in the morning. How about hop on IMV with me at 7? What time do you usually get up? And they be like, oh, I get up around whatever. And I'll be like, okay, well, I can get you on at 7, or I can send you the replay. I've sent the replay before. And they're like, oh my God, that was amazing. So you just have to build their rapport. And some come easier than others. Some take a little time because sometimes they just don't have the $200, but they really interested. So I just keep building rapport. I keep talking to them. I'll send a text, especially we talked about something. I'll be like, hey, how are you doing? Like a girl I just signed up, she was pregnant. And I just hit her up maybe like a month ago, just randomly, like, hey, how are you on the baby? She was in the hospital. She had the baby, but had to go back to the hospital because she had a clot or something. So like little things like that, I call her at the right time, her vulnerable moment. And I'm like, oh my God, like I'm praying for you, just let me know if you need anything, da, 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 da. And then she came back and signed up, because I was like, that lady not about to sign up. She just had all this going on, had a baby. She signed up Friday.
Wow.
So, and it was random. So I was just like, yeah. So just build that rapport and it actually care. Like care about the person, and they can hear it in your voice if you just trying to sign them up, or if you care. I think that may be the nurse in me too, so I don't know.
Well, that definitely helps. So thank you.
You're welcome.
And you see how Arlesha is bringing the energy, like the energy that like her energy, right? So you can't prospect someone and you dull, hi, my name is Tara. No, you got to bring that energy. Our product is travel. It's the sexiest industry in the world, and it's fun. So we got to bring the energy with it that matches our product, right? So that was really good. Tasha Cochran, you got your hand up.
Hey, thank you
Hey.
for joining you and Silver and the rest of the team. So my question is about duplication. And so, how do you keep that? How did you get the duplication, first of all, started within your team? And then how can you keep that going?
First, I started with myself. So I did everything that I would expect somebody else to do. I can't tell you to do something if I'm not doing it. So I started with myself. I was the leader, and I said, "Hey, it took me a while. Like it definitely took me a while. I just was like, because I feel like Silver is my 16th person or 18th. So one of them even numbers, but she's up there. She's not even in my 9. So I became the model. Like that's exactly what I used to ask T-Shot. I was like, nobody's doing anything. What am I supposed to do? And she was like, you can't rely on other people. You start with yourself first, and then they will follow because they have to look at you like a leader. They have to look at you as the leader. So if you're not stepping up, they're not gonna step up. They're gonna be just sitting in the background with you. But if they see, oh, wait a minute, my coach doing this, and this, that means I probably need to do this, and this with her. Like, cause I'm gonna invite you, but you can't pull people that don't want to be pulled, if that makes sense. You walk with the walkers, run with the runners. And Silver was my first runner, and I took her and we ran together. So even if you have that one, run together. And then the other ones will come. But right now, it's just might not be the right time for people, or they may just focus on travel. Like time is everything. It took me 4 years to open up and realize, oh, wait a minute, I'm missing a whole nother side. So you could also give them grace, of course, but you just gonna run with the runners. Whoever ready, then y'all do it together. Y'all make a plan and just do it that way. I had one person, and that one person, I was like, cool. We talk to each other every morning. Like Silva already know if it's 12 noon and we haven't talked to each other, it's a problem because what you doing over there? Like, so we call each other every day, all day, and throw ideas and just like that's what you gonna have to do. Like, stay close. If it's on the one, run with that one until the other ones come.
That's good, Arlesha. So let me ask you.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Who is
I was
that?
just going to add to that too. I was going to say my first runner didn't come till 18, my 18th seat. So definitely keep going. Don't be discouraged. My runner, she is amazing. And then she started opening up her legs, but also create that FOMO. Create, do team building stuff. Go to brunch. Care about your business partners. Make them feel like this is not just business. Like I care about you and your family. So me and Arlesha once a month, me and our team, we get on a Zoom call and we just have cocktails and conversations. We talk about how are you guys doing. So you building that rapport with your business partners as well, because then they know that, oh, she just don't want me to be here so she can rank up or whatever they may think. No, we're all doing this together, and we do care about you and your family. So I wanted to add that. Definitely make sure you build rapport with your business partners, create that FOMO, and just keep going.
I love that, Silver. I really do. And I'm gonna go back to something that Arlesha just said, is making that plan, right? Make that plan. Those that are running with you or for that duplication, what does that look like when you say make that plan? You know that we have the invite, prospect, post, do the IMV, all that stuff, that daily DMO. But for the runners or the people that really want to flat out go out there and get that return on their investment, create that legacy for them, just not at a high level, because we have different levels to it, but for new business partners or those that are afraid to even truly get started. What does that look like to get that buy-in to start creating the duplication, and then because we know about FOMO. So the FOMO, guys, is the creating the fear of missing out, right? And so FOMO naturally should come to, if anyone is serious about making money, FOMO from the standpoint of you seeing us hitting 119K and you have not gotten a belief check. So
Mhm.
talk about that a little bit, Arlesha, please.
Okay, so I would say when the plan part, you guys get you a journal, okay, and get you a calendar, okay. I take them everywhere I go. All right. So for on Sundays, I sit down and I write out every look. She got hers too. I sit down and I write out everything. First thing going on my calendar, IMV, 7 a.m. IMV. You're gonna put that on there out Monday through Friday, all right? And then I put up the opportunity calls. I put those on there. I put the basic training on there. I put I see what else did I put on there that automatically goes. I put follow-ups on there. When I'm gonna follow up, I'm gonna follow up for 30 minutes. I'm gonna talk to 20 to 30 people today. It's not, I don't even have to say anything about my business. I just say, hey, how are you doing? Have a great Monday. I send out birthday texts every day. That's part of my DMO, of course. But planning to be at those events, go through that Planet Marketing calendar. Even if you can plan to be at one event a month, find that closest one, put it on your calendar, make it a plan. Okay. And then like including your other business partners, we'll have my runners, we'll have a weekly meeting and just throw ideas out like this right here. We'll have a weekly meeting, throw ideas, tell me where you at, what you're thinking. I always suggest read My First Year Network Marketing. I read that and I was like, oh, this is normal, because I was like, this is not it. What is happening? And she was like, read. I feel like maybe Orlando said it in one of those. I feel like I joined and you guys, we were already reading it or something. And I was like, what is this book? And I was like, I don't want to read no more books. I went to school. I got 2 degrees. I read all the books. What else you got to tell me in the book? So I was one of those people, y'all. When I started reading, changed everything. Everything. When they say put something in the book, that's only because we ain't gonna, most times we we want to read no books. Okay. I was one of them people. And they were talking about book club and baby, I ain't read no book. I don't want to. Like what? But I can't tell. Look, she making all this money reading books. If I got to read a book to make this money off and read this book. So I was open-minded because I was not about to read, y'all. So you have to get that mindset together with this business. If you don't have that together, then you're probably not gonna make it far. Okay. You have to, the first year network market, yes, you have to. And then I read what was that? Middle Class. That's what's the name of the book? I always get it mixed
I get
up.
it twisted
Distinguished
too, but it's about the middle class and the
Class.
million, 10
Yes.
distinctions of millionaires and
Yes,
millionaires.
that book. Me and my husband read that book together and we were looking at each other like, oh my God, they talk about us. Like, oh, just call me out, don't you? Okay. But it made you sit and realize, like, okay, wait a minute, my mindset a little messed up. I'm comfortable. I was comfortable. So you have to, you definitely have to read, you guys. Read. That's part of the plan. 30 minutes. If you could do 30 minutes, I put that in my planner too. You 30 minutes to read. I'm an audible person. I'm not a book. I would go to sleep. I'm not even gonna hold you. But I have Audible, and even if I'm cooking pancakes for the kids, I got my 30 minutes and I'm listening as I'm cooking them food. I can't just be like, oh, I ain't gonna work my business because I'm cooking. I intertwine my life in my business because that's what it's for. It's for the busy person.
You said
So
something
definitely.
key there, Arlesha, for the busy person. Talk about that for a minute, because a lot of, people have a traditional 9 to 5, right? They're in
Mhm,
demanding careers or levels within their 9 to 5, right?
mhm,
So what would you say? Because 90% of us out of the 119 are working this on the part-time basis, right?
mhm.
So talk about that a little bit more, because you talked about the calendar from that perspective, but talk about what that looks like if you truly are trying to change the trajectory in your life and working this business on the part-time basis?
So I haven't worked my full time. I was working. I haven't been back to my nursing job, y'all, since last year. Thank
Okay,
God.
so maybe I need to switch this question to Silva.
No, look, but I know, but I did work it. I'm gonna tell you what I did though. What
Okay.
I did was it was something so simple, y'all. I got some earpieces. I got earpieces. Like as I was driving, because we have basic training, 6 o'clock, I'm picking up kids, dinner. I gotta do all them earpieces changed my life. Earpiece. Even if they call a meeting midday, I pop that earpiece in, I turn my phone over. You don't even know I'm on a meeting if I'm at work. But my earpiece, I hear it in my ear. So the earpiece changed my life. Like I said, I don't book a lot of travel. If I do book travel, I'll do it early in the morning before the kids get up. You have to get up early or you're gonna be behind. So I'll get up an extra 30, 45 minutes early. You can do an hour early before the house gets up. And then go ahead and do what you need to do for the day. You can do follow-ups during that hour. You can do all that. Once I put the kids to bed, I go back to work in my business. So I do like early in the morning hour, and then I can do an hour at night. They go to bed at 8 o'clock, and I'll probably work my business 8:30 to 10 or something. So you can definitely schedule it. That TV time, you got time.
That's good.
I start watching TV.
Like, what is TV at this point, right?
It watches me. I turn it on to fall asleep at this point.
Right. It's watching some videos or something to get that personal development, learning the industry. Like that's
Mhm.
the biggest thing for me that was my aha over the past 2 years is like investing in myself to
Mhm.
strengthen my because I'm a severe introvert, right? So it's like I had to find ways to build that self-confidence in that perspective. Do we have
Mhm.
any other questions? Any other questions? And y'all don't be shy. Like this
Come
is
on,
really
y'all.
yeah, come on. Let's go.
I
Let's
have a question.
okay, Marquita, come on, baby. Let's go.
Y'all got me fired up over
Hi.
here. I'm like, y'all answering all the questions I had, but thank y'all for pouring into us. I'm excited. I'm turned up over here. But for those of us that are part-time, the organization, what does that look like with getting organized with working your day job and then getting to where you got to run your business? I know you said intertwine it throughout the day, but what does that schedule look like once you get off work?
I mean, I feel like I don't know. You have to pick up kids and stuff at the work. It's you have to make that. I can't really say when you get off work, this is what you need to do. If you have to pick up kids, you got to do dinner. Even if, I mean, sometimes I have to sacrifice dinner. Hey, we got to go out today. So you have to make those little small sacrifices, and you know what you can sacrifice and what you can't at the time. So, like my husband, he used to me cooking. I cook all the time. Now I be like, I'm not cooking today. You're gonna have to figure it out, okay? And he just look at me like, for real? I'm like, for real, because I have to work. I have something to do. Okay, we can still eat, but it's just not gonna be me cooking it. So like he just look at me like, wait a minute. But I had to get that buy-in from your family. That's what you need. If you have a family, get that buy-in because that's gonna make it so much easier. Like so easy. Tisha had to break that down to me. She was like, hey, we married ladies, we got families. If you give your family your schedule ahead of time, they already know what you have to do. So when my kids know, like, hey, I'm outside, I'm on a meeting, they know not to with sometimes. I try to tell the toddlers, not really. As you can see, the other one walked up on me. But he knows, like, I just want to say hey, and then he goes about his business. But you just have to get that buy-in too. And then I feel like that relieves a lot of stress off of a lot of people. Once you tell your kids and your husband, wife exactly what's going on, then they're like, oh, okay, this is what it is. Because now they'll be able to see that vision with you a little bit. If that makes sense.
No, that's really good. And I want to piggyback off of what you said too. It's like you know what you can give up. You know what you can sacrifice for within the business, right? Or your time. So you have to have that come to Jesus with yourself in terms of what your why is. Does your why make you cry? Are you sick of working your 9 to 5? You know, do you want to be able to monopolize this opportunity and a space to um how you say it, my mind just went blank. To instead of like for me, for an example, corporate America, 6 figures, right? Now I work my business, so now I'm making 6 figures over here. But the 6 figures over here is totally different because it's residual. So then that's where you create and you figure out what is that sacrifice. That sacrifice was me with my daughter being a single mother. I couldn't do senior prom. I couldn't do some of those art shows and all those different things. Why? Because I was working this business. And if I didn't make that sacrifice then, I wouldn't be in the position that I am now. And so being part-time, that's still having a calendar. Between 9 to 5, you're at work, right? You
Mhm.
get 9 times out of 10, you get two breaks, 2 15-minute breaks. Then you have lunch. It could be 30 minutes or an hour, depending on how you got it set up so you can leave 30 minutes early for work. In those pockets of time, that's where you can go listen to the replays to the INV. You can go listen to the replays of basic training. You can do those things. So now you got your personal development out of the way. Boom. Because with the INV basic training, that's no more than 30 minutes, right? For those training. So you already done knocked out the personal training, personal development from that standpoint. Now, when you come to evening time, okay, let's get the kids to bed. Okay, whatever that is, you set a day for laundry, or what I've learned to do, well, I'm still working on this, instead of having a whole month worth of clothes to wash, where that takes all day, now I do it in small increments, right? So, okay, I know I got to do laundry. So, okay, I got the Zoom at 6 on Sunday. I'm going to pop in some clothes over here, boom, be on an hour for Zoom, boom, then I'm going. So you have to figure out what that schedule looks like for you. And um, there's a gazillion opportunity Zooms. I know in Coach Nat's organization, Letitia and them, they have Zooms all the time, opportunity Zooms. They have training just like we do. So then what you do is you figure out what your schedule is, and you know which ones are the most powerful ones that you know that you cannot miss. When you're hearing from Mr. Orlando Moore on a Tuesday night on a team call, hearing those testimonies, right? Like a couple of months ago, where Arlesha had me in tears, because that hit home to me in a different space. I'm not a nurse. I've never been to nursing school, but that sacrifice that she made. So it's up to you really how you want to break out your calendar on the part-time basis. Does that make sense, Marquita? And Silver, if there's anything else that you want to add to that?
Oh, sorry, the mute button. Yeah, I was gonna just say that one thing that resonated with me since I've been in the business, hearing Natalie say that she scheduled her bathroom break. And when she said that, I was like, what does she mean by that? But now that I'm full-time playing that and I do this full-time, I see what she's saying, because I could be working all day and look up and it's 2 o'clock and I haven't ate lunch. Or I hardly used the restroom. So definitely schedule down to the T as much as you can, especially if you work another job. I set alarms in my phone, like 8 o'clock every morning. That's my DMO time, where I'm adding new friends every day. I'm getting in groups. Like, that is non-negotiable, because if I don't put it in an alarm, I may just keep going and forget to do it. So get your schedule down to the T as much as you can. If you're going to work your 9 to 5 from 8 to 12, and then you're going to do travel deals, like literally get it down to the T. That will really help you with your schedule and get you, that way you'll stay organized.
I love it. That's good. Next, so I don't see any questions in the chat or hands raised, so I'm going to ask this question. So, and you and Silver and Arlesha, y'all could bounce back off of each other. So, Arlesha, what would you say to those that are like, oh my God, I keep getting all these no's. No one wants no, 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 and no. Like, it's just not working for me. What do I do? Let's talk about those no's. I love no's,
I
but
love those. I love those because I feel like sometimes the no doesn't be like no. To me, in my head, I'm like, okay, girl, not right now, because I'm gonna show you. Because now I'm finna really pop my ish. Like, you telling me no? Make sure we friends. Okay, make sure we friends because I'm gonna show you everything. And then they always circle back. It's crazy. So I love no's because no's motivate me to go harder. It's like, okay, you said no right now, but I'm gonna get you about another month or two. It may take a little minute, but I might get you. So I would just say go for all the no's. Like no's are good, okay? Because you're learning, and no may mean not right now. No may mean I need more information. No may mean I don't have $200. So, but they still watching. Make sure y'all friends. They say no. That's all. And then be consistent because sometimes they telling you no because they don't know if you're gonna be consistent. You may quit on them. You got them started in the business and you quit. So I mean, I like them. I don't know. Like at first it was like, oh my God, like why is everybody telling me no? Why you don't see what I see? But and then sometimes you can be saving yourself. That's not even the right person for your team. So now you be like, no, I mean, it's a no, I didn't really want you anyway. So, but like, I mean, to be truthful, so it could be you saving yourself. That's not even the person that's gonna come in and help you. Y'all can't even make money together because they may be trauma bonding. Or they may, you can tell. Because I have people start trauma bonding before I even give them the information. You be like, whoa, we haven't even talked yet. And you had told me your whole life. So sometimes no's are good. Well, no's are good. I love no's. What you say, Silver?
You know I love no's too. Honestly, I see no's as a challenge. So just like she said, oh, you told me no, I bet you I might be able to get you to say yes. And I actually have had some no's turn into yeses. Because even if you told me no, I'm gonna tell you a situation. I had a business partner on downline. Her business partner, no, her prospect signed up, y'all. She literally quit the very next day. Because she said she prayed on it and she said this wasn't for her, right? So my business partner called me the next day, very upset. Oh my God, she canceled. And I was like, send me her number. Because she was in Nashville with me, my business partner in Charlotte. So I said, send me her number. I texted her and said, hey, because we had did a FaceTime call. After she signed up, I welcomed her to the team, everything, y'all. So I text her to say, hey, Jocelyn told me that you decided not to move forward with the business. I'm sorry to hear that. Is there anything that we can talk about? And I said, but I would love to keep in touch with you since we're both in Nashville. And she was like, oh, thank you so much. She was shocked, I think. I think she thought, oh, I'll never hear from them again because they're probably mad at me. No, I'm not mad at all. And because you never know what her reasoning was. So she was like, oh, thank you so much for reaching out. I would love to stay in touch with you. So anytime we have an event, I'm going to invite her. So you don't just see it as a challenge. And again, like I always say, maybe they're not your business partner. Maybe they're not for you. But I'm going to try to find out because maybe I like to push a little bit because maybe she's just either going through something, she might have needed the money, something could have came up, anything. So you just never know. So honestly, until somebody blocks me or they tell me to leave them the heck alone, I'm gonna keep talking to you. So I love the nose.
Any other questions? I know we got some more questions. I know we do. I know we do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, about these objections. I know which time you want to talk about objections. I guess the no's.
Yes.
Like, yeah. I mean, embrace those no's, y'all. That means that you're doing it. Like that's it. That means that you're doing it. Embrace the no's. Everybody is not going to be your prospect. Everybody's not going to be your client. Like you may be saving yourself from some of them no's. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So don't take it personally. Get your feelings out of it. This is totally business. I think a lot of times we get our feelings out. You be in your feelings because you feel rejected. You just like, how dare you tell me no? Like, but just get out your feelings, y'all. No is part of the business. That's it. It's just part of the business.
Period. 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 Any other questions? Y'all are real quiet on the line. Like, I don't know.
Don't be quiet. Don't be quiet, y'all. I love to talk. I'll be talking all day.
Oh, let's have some dialogue here. I know we got some new business partners on the line. I know we got some people that are sitting there with some questions. And if you don't want to come off mute, put it in the chat and let's get that question answered for you for sure. And if you're not comfortable putting in the main chat, you could do a personal question to either Arlesha, myself, or Silver, and then we can get those, we can get that question answered for you. All right, Tasha, come on, DIT, her way to direct the ship.
Let's talk about this attrition. Having all of these people falling out. What would you say to the new business partners that's actually bringing in people? And when they start to see it, because like I see it all the time within my organization, but I'm like you said, it's the same thing as you never know why they have to let it go. But as far as the new people, what would you actually say to them to let them know that it's okay? Don't give up because you have 2 or 3 people that jump out. I know we're told to keep frontlining, no matter what. But what would you say to the new people?
Just keep going. Keep going. Like I have my first 9 people, y'all, probably gone. I don't even know. They probably gone. I may have like 2 or 3 of them still there. Like, so the people that you start with, probably not going to be the people that actually going to be able to make you some money. Just keep going. That's all I can say is just keep going. Like, I've had like I'm not even going to hold you. The first time somebody quit on me, it hurt my heart so bad. I was like, how you just gonna quit? Like, what you gonna quit? Like, leave? Like, yeah. So after that first and second, that second one hurt my heart too. Look, but after that, I was like, oh, okay, this part of the business. Okay, so I just had to suck it up. It'll hit me like a little sting, but I don't done on it. It's just be like I take that little sting and then I move on, and then I'm finding your replacement. So you look at it like that. Somebody quit, find a replacement. Now your goal is to find a replacement.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely. And and that's key. Just like in my number one spot, right? She has like over 5,000 people sitting right there. And she gone. When you talk about financial suicide, it's okay because what you want is a team effort. Team together, everyone achieves more. It's reciprocity, right? So if you don't want something for yourself, if you don't want something for your family, if you don't want to change your lifestyle, if you don't want that 800 credit score, Mr. Bradley does that whole thing, race to 800. If you don't want any of that, I personally do not want to be around people that are going to pull me down. Yep. I want to be around people that are going to elevate me, right? So sometimes it's a blessing and it's a curse. A curse because we're emotional attached to whoever that person may be. Fuck that. Because what's going to happen is that gives you more motivation because 1 is either the trust factor, 2, they don't believe in themselves, 3, they can't afford the $60 a month. They don't believe within themselves. That's not a reflection on you. That's them telling themselves no. So guess what? Let them have that over there because what we're doing is we're building an empire. We're building something that is not just is bigger than us. And that's where I get a little bit passionate with the yellow and the blue is because it's bigger than us. Bigger than us. Yes, the money is coming in. Yes, Arlesha started took some of this money and did something else and started a whole nother bit. Yes. But Planet Marketing is giving you so much more. But if you don't want it, we can't help you get it if you don't want it. So guess what? Go.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And then that should give you the motivation to go out there and find those people that have the mindset that really want more because there's people out there that are truly hurting. They've never been around a millionaire. They've never been in a room with a millionaire. They've never taken a picture with a millionaire. They've never been around anyone that's making over $40,000 a month residually. It blows their mind, right? But then we also too off of all seriousness, we already know going into this thing is not for everyone. So you also have to qualify your prospects. Arlesha, can you talk about that? Qualifying your
Oh,
prospects?
yes, qualifying your prospects. Okay, so we all know they may sometimes look good on paper, even in front of you when they sign up. But then like at first, when I first prospect, you know, you go for the low hanging fruit. You kind of intimidated and you don't want to, I'm trying to figure, I know what I'm trying to say. Like you go for the low hanging fruit. You be like, look, I feel like they'll be, because you can get it with the travel or something real quick. But I'm gonna say one of my new business partners, she is very well known in Nashville. She runs like a big community um with like elections and all of that, y'all. It took me so long it took me a while to even posture up to even say, hey, I feel like you'll be good at this. And then I said a little bit, but the key is know your business. If you know your business, they can't tell you nothing. So once you posture up, you're gonna get that confidence to start going for those high quality people. Because now you're gonna look at some of the people and you be like, I don't even want that person on my team anyway. So as you become more confident and more knowledgeable about your business, you're gonna posture up anyway. And you're gonna have that confidence to go, I could go talk to them man right now. I can go walk up to somebody on the street and start talking to them. And I can throw my business in there real quick. And they just like, wait a minute, what you say? Without even saying too much. I could just give them a little snippet and they'd be like, wait a minute, tell me more about what you're talking about. So as you learn your business, you're gonna automatically gain that confidence to talk to those people and qualify exactly what you're looking for. You're gonna know what you're looking for at that time. Like as you become confident, you write and you get your mindset together, you're gonna know what you're gonna have that vision of who you want on that front line and that core. That's when you start looking for that core. And like I feel like you will know.
Mhm.
So I just say get more educated about your business. Go to that Planet Marketing page. Tisha still does this all the time about us down at the bottom. Go to read all of that. Read it. If you got to read it multiple times a day, a month, a week, read all of that. Because then they can't tell you anything about your business. You're not even intimidated. Somebody be like, oh, it's a pyramid. You be like, no, it's not. And you can drop everything. And because I used to get intimidated, people like, it sounds like a pyramid scheme. Me, I'm like, what's a pyramid? I didn't even know what a pyramid scheme was. Like, what's that? And then my husband was like, yeah, you are kind of describing it like a pyramid scheme. That's when I was like, for real? Well, what is it? And so I had to literally go in my back office and start reading to understand, okay. But I still don't know what's a pyramid scheme. Because most time people say that and they don't even know what it is. I just come back and be like, well, what is it? And they'll be like, and you be like, well, you don't know either, huh? So, like, most of the time they just saying it just because they had heard it somewhere else,
Yeah,
and they have no meaning. You be like, I don't know what it is. You don't know what it is. So how you just gonna throw it up like that?
I love it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah.
It's it's uh it's learning your business, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I will say to the analyticals, the red and the greens, learning your business means learning your business, right? But with that, that's plugging into the success system that we have, right? And then you have the videos in the back office from IntelliTravel if you're focusing on travel, or if it's, you wanting to actually start receiving residual income. But what I will say is it doesn't take rocket science. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand that our product is travel and becoming a professional inviter. The heavy lifting comes from leadership. You don't
Mm-hmm.
have to do all of the talking. You're not doing the presentation. All you're doing is say, hey, you know, um, whatever that spill may be. My mind just went left for a second, but it's like a quick in and out in a
Yep.
hurry, in a hurry. You're not trying to explain the whole thing. You're not trying to explain all 8 streams of income. You're not, no, it's not that. It's being that professional inviter. The more you expose the more you will close. And what that means is the more people that you expose the opportunity to, the more people that you're going to close, where now you're starting to build residual income as well as helping other people bring in additional income. So, that's my 2 cents there. Does anyone have any questions for me from Arlesha's team? I'm here to answer any questions. Thank you so much for the special guest on the line today. Arlesha, I really, truly, thank you for taking time out today, for sure. My heart goes out to you. I thank you.
You're welcome.
Any questions? Questions?
Our partner.
Okay, they quiet today.
I was Marquita over there taking in. I'm looking at her. She over there like, yes.
I have no idea.
Yes. Okay. Well, I love the duo here. I think it was great. It was amazing. Thank you so much, Arlesha and Silver, again.
You're welcome, Tanya.
Yes, and that's the
Welcome.
cool part of relationships. And I want to give kudos again to Deontay and Tasha for putting this together. Thank you so much, and I appreciate that. And we have to do more of this. We're about to come out of convention. So let's do
Yeah.
more of this because we're going to, you get stuff over there. I get stuff over here. We could put some stuff together. We got new business partners that have other creative ideas, all that type of stuff. So let's work together and let's build this empire.
Who's all coming to convention? Who am I gonna see at convention? Okay, I see Tasha. Who else? Who else coming? Look, I'm like, who else coming to convention, y'all? Marquita, you not coming?
I'll be there in spirit. No.
Latonya, you not coming? Is it
couldn't
Latonya or Latanya?
It's Latanya, not this year, but I am preparing for next year. I'll be there.
Okay, yes. Look, I went to convention last year as a gold builder. And look at it. I came back a director and producer director. So
Yes.
convention is the look. I feel like convention was it for me. I said, well, if you don't do anything at the convention, it's nothing else I could give you. I don't know what else to give at this point. You get what I'm saying?
And I went as a silver builder, y'all.
Oh yeah, Silver was a silver builder.
Yeah, I went out there running.
Yeah, she was a silver. We came out of there. We was like, oh yes, this is it. Like it was. But yes, if you can't, definitely like she said, get those tickets. When it shut the whole website down. I feel like last time we were trying to do it.
Yep, it did. It did.
So
I had the 2 phones and the iPad going. It did.
So y'all get those tickets. So be on the lookout when we say, hey, it dropped. Get them, okay? Because you don't want to miss out on convention ever. When you come, you're gonna be like, oh my God, this is what y'all been doing the whole. Like I was like, oh my God, is this what y'all been doing the whole time? Like where have I been? Like I was immediately like, how dare y'all not even tell me about this? Like, so definitely get in the room. Yeah, I missed it my first year when I first signed up because I was like, it ain't important to me. I didn't know what it was, but that FOMO, I was like, yeah, I'm coming in next time. And last year, I can't wait, y'all. So definitely get your ticket. I promise you. I was one of those people like conventions sound like old people stuff. It's not. Okay, it's not. So you heard it from me. I was definitely like, convention, this about to be boring. Like, I definitely thought that, but it was not. It changed my whole perspective. I swear to God. And I learned a lot, met a lot of people. People knew me that I did not know them. Like, it's amazing, y'all. So definitely come.
I love it. All right. So I guess we don't have any more questions. No, any comments? Any other comments? And if not, I am going to say again, I truly, truly appreciate you, Arlesha. Director Abdullah, I'm super excited. That means 2 stars is like right there in the blink. I already know what that's looking like by the end of the year. Silver, the way y'all moving. Tasha, Kenny, directorship. Marquita, DIT, Ivy, DIT. We got things to do. We got things to do. So I just
wait, who's DIT?
Tasha and Kenny Cochran they're like 30 away from one start, and then we're working on the other ones to get them to DIT. So
Okay, guys. Yeah, look, my inbox open. If y'all need any help, let me know.
let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Let me know.
Yeah, I love it. So thank you so much. And for those that are going to convention, if y'all could just hold tight, hold on for just a quick second, so I can give you some tidbits on all that good stuff, and then I'll let you go. But thank you so much, everyone, and you all have an amazing day. And Arlesha and Silver, I'll see y'all at 8:30.
All right.
All
See
right.
you at
Thank
8:30.
you. Smooches. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.